Hi coders, in this video we're going to take a quick look at what an assertion is. It's not technically part of the AP, but it is one of the recommended. You should see what it is before you leave the course. So here we go. In most programs you have variables that have values, and then you're going to use them later on. You have methods that calculate numbers or text for you, and you know what good values and bad values are going to be at certain points in your program. What an assertion is, it's basically a way for you to quickly check to make sure a value is what you think it should be at that point in the program. So for instance, let's say that my user input class gets the integer to ask for the age 1 to 25, and let's say you think that this should definitely be returning a value from 0 to 125 when it comes back from here. To check this, you can do what we call an assertion. So I assert that the age is greater than 0 and the age is less than 125. And that's my assertion. Now, if the assertion fails, so if this isn't true, then I'm going to get an error and my program's going to stop there. If not, the program keeps going. So it's a nice quick way to check. So let's give this a run with the expectation here that there's a little extra we have to do. So I'm going to enter a bad age, 500. And, ooh, it kept going, and negative 375. That's not good. Your compiler actually needs to be told to have exceptions turned on, and they may not be, depending on what you've done. In NetBeans, I right-click on the project, and I go to the Run tab, and the virtual machine options is where you can put little flags. So enable assertions, so -EA. Now once I put that in there, now it's actually going to run the assertions, right? Assertions are for debugging. You're not supposed to have them activated when you actually give somebody your program, right? They're for your testing. So now when I run and I put 500, ooh, there we go. And I get an error. So notice I get the error. It's an assertion error, line 9. Not bad. Now what else can you do here? You can add a little extra by putting the colon, whoops, instead of a semicolon there, you could put a colon, and I could put bad age. And this is just, if this turns out to be bad, it'll output that, right? Do a little bit of code for us. So I'll just give this a run. It's a little bit extra, so 555. And you'll see now the error is assertion error, bad age. So you can sort of identify your assertions, right? Which ones are failing. So these are an important tool in debugging your software. Like later on when you're doing other code, you may have an object and you don't want to know if it's null or not. You can say things like assert that best student is not null. And the error would be null student error. And you could check this kind of stuff, right? Now I don't have it here, but you can see that before you go to do code with objects, or you have numbers and you know the numbers should be calculated to be a certain range or value, you can do little quick tests like this, right? Just to make sure your code's working. And then also remember that when you turn this off in your virtual machine options, it doesn't end up working, and these assert lines don't even take place, not even included in your final code. And so they're a good, quick little debugger tool to use. It's an option as opposed to using system outs. That's assertions, or at least enough to get you going.